So here I am, right next to the fairy mountain. I've started my Christmas village mountain. I've used cardboard to secure all the boxes that I put together to make this mountain. So there's lots of different boxes, mainly dog biscuit boxes from Costco, Kirkland, and then styrofoam coolers, and a couple of big styrofoam pieces that I scored. And I've put them all together, taped them together with masking tape. And I also taped them all down. After taping them all together, I taped them down to a base of cardboard, nice thick cardboard that was like a watermelon box from Costco. So it's nice and thick. It's real thick. It's from last year's Christmas Village. And I also did cardboard on the back. So not only have I connected all the boxes that are in this area, they're all taped together, then I connected them with hot glue and tape to a solid piece of cardboard. That way, when I start doing my paper mache mixture, it's going to be a solid piece of cardboard, and then I'm going to connect that piece to the wall. I'm going to staple it after I've made it one solid piece. This whole wall of mountain will be one solid piece, and I'm going to connect it to the wall. That way, if I need to take it down, if I need to change things, move, whatever happens, I can take it off, and this remains a mountain. And I've just taken it off the wall. But I'm going to also connect it to the wall, to that solid piece of cardboard. I'm going to probably staple it. And then this is the rest of it. I haven't started, but just like I've done here with packing paper, I hot glued it on. And then I also taped masking tape onto here to keep it where I want it. And then I'm going to paper mache on it, and it'll look like a mountain. You know, rough, not squared off the way it was. And then I carved off the styrofoam piece that was in there, which was like that one. See, it's rounded, and it was, I don't even know what went in there, but that was the solid piece. And I've hollowed it out a little bit to make it a little more flatter and to get some obstacles out of my way. I don't want anything visually in my way when I start creating in there for all the pieces that are going to go in there. And then I covered all the square edges of my boxes that are there with packing paper and masking tape. And I have more, but it was time to stop for tonight. And then I'm going to make that, in everything is subject to change in my world. But so far up here, I'm going to keep going with paper and kind of make a mountainy area. No solid square piece. And then I'm thinking, and you know, don't come against me if I change my mind, but this came to my mind, is I have, as I have over here where the fountain, the fairy mountain comes out of the mountain, a waterfall, and it goes all down. Well, I'm thinking I do the same type concept up here, but it goes all along. This over here is going to be a neighborhood, and this over here is mainly the businesses. And I'm thinking of some kind of waterfall coming down and it going down in front of all these places to where it's not really a waterfall, but it's a river-ish type thing running down. And then I have a lake coming down here. So might be, maybe, a waterfall of some sort at some point over here falling down into the lake from all those cool river runoffs. So I'm also going to have over here the lake's over here, right? I'm going to have a river that runs from over there. There's going to be a waterfall over here that falls into a pond over here. So waterfall, pond, and the river that runs down here into this big lake. The lake, when I say big, is about this big. Sorry, I've been carving out of here. I do have cardboard cutouts of all these ideas. It helps give me an idea of what I'm going to do and put the spacing in here. That's how I work. I need more big cardboard pieces, and I'll go get some more in the next couple days because I found a great place to go get some. And then I will work on putting more packing pieces around to make the mountain look like a mountain and not just boxes. That's my goal. And you see how I'm going to be doing it. I've got more to do, but I still need the space inside to put buildings. And then here's my next mind dream here is on the outside. I'm going to have an elevated road here, and I'm going to have parking garages on either end of these styrofoam areas that say parking garage, but it's an illusion. There's not really a parking garage. It'll be an entrance, but it goes to nowhere. But it lets me have my road up here, and then I can have my tree farm, the lake and the river, and I can have it where they go park and they can take steps out to go to either or. And then I want to do a road and steps all the way around. A road that goes all the way, connecting all of my village, and steps next to all the roads. So I don't know if you can visualize it, but that's in my mind. It's the roads that go to all the houses, all the way to all the businesses. Even over here, I will have a connecting bridge of some like rock or something, because there's going to be a beach down here. So up here, the mountain will connect to the next mountain over here. I want the road and the walkway to all connect, to go to every single level. And the train, I have two trains. One train will be up above, up here. And then the next level will be about-ish, right near-ish. Do a hard-ish, okay? Everything moves around based on what I'm doing here. And then the top of that will be around here, because then you're going to go up that mountain over there and you're going to the neighborhood. So once that all happens, it should all flow like I said, the walkways, the roads, and the train. So I know the train will have to be its own thing on 2 levels, but at some point the road will have to run parallel sometimes and going through a tunnel and coming back up to the neighborhood, because there's not enough space for it will have its own road without the train. So in my mind, I see the train and the road running parallel at some point right before it gets to the neighborhood. That's in my mind. Like I said, everything is subject to change. So today I have completed getting everything connected on the first and the second mountains to cardboard and connected to each other so that they're all one piece. Actually 2 pieces, but each one is one solid piece. So I guess I'm going to end up with 3 pieces. I'm going to have this piece, and then I'm going to have the center piece, and then I'm going to have this piece. And over here, there's going to be so many things going on, but I haven't even started on it, because over here, there's also going to be another section added on to about the light, the plug, and probably the top of that. That's where the North Pole is going to be. There's going to be a little ski or inner tubing, kids inner tubing, because I don't have a ski lodge or anything yet, but I'm going to prep for it in the future. So it might be for right now, like kids inner tubing down a snow slope, and the rest of neighborhood and businesses on this side. So I have to do on this side basically what I've done to this side, but leave an area up on the wall because the North Pole is going to be up here, and I'm thinking it's not going to go any higher than about right there, because I want to be able to see it, like here. If you go too high, you can't see it. and I'm thinking the train will run above it, and it will be trips to the North Pole. So, unfortunately, I will have to paint over Rick's son with the eyeglasses and my little Dream It, Build It thing, but that's okay. Everything can be redone. So I'll paint that all blue before I get this side done. But I figured I better concentrate on one side for now. I guess it's really two sides because it's this side and then the window side. But these eventually, I think, are going to connect together. There are two pieces, two different cardboard pieces that are solid pieces, and I can actually connect them back there or leave them individually. I think I'm just going to staple them to the wall and then build them together to make it more stable, where it won't rock around or move or get heavy on one side and not the other. And if it doesn't work and I want to change things, I'll just cut it away. But at least it'll be on cardboard and then connect it to the wall. It's been a hard decision. I mean, this took me a while to decide. Do I do it individually like I did my Fairy Mountain, where it can be completely disassembled and it's not connected to the wall at all? Or do I integrate it to make it one solid piece all the way around? Because I want to do a whole town in 2 trains and all the buildings. I mean, I have almost 90 buildings. And I'm bringing it down. I think I'm down to 60 that I said, you know what, let's knock off all my minis and everything so I'm not stressed about how many I got to fit in here. I have a lot of pieces. But I guess I can make it work, but I don't want to overcrowd it. And then I want to add some extra pieces later. I'm looking into adding some animated houses, not just houses, they're businesses. Like, for instance, what comes to my mind is the Mrs. Claus chocolate factory. And so it moves around. They call it animated because it moves, it makes noise. It's not just sitting there and with lights on. And so animated is really, it's an upgrade, right? So if I start doing that, add an animated, I'm going to have to eliminate some of my other stuff. And that's okay. Sometimes that's what you have to do. And I have the perfect person who could inherit my other pieces that I've been loving on for the last over 20 years. I have a granddaughter that I gave her my first set. And she's still into it. She's taking care of it. She loves it. And I think she's ready to start her collection growing. You know, take it to the next level. And now that I'm doing this and I can show it to her, you know, she could make this thing go. I think I'm going to pass some pieces on to her. Yep. I love it. Merry Christmas.